Welcome to the Executive Functioning for Parents and Kids YouTube channel. Good morning. So today I wanted to talk about discouraging mean behavior in kids, why this is important. My main priority is I am raising people to be adults, right? And I'm trying to make sure my kids are successful in school and in friendships and in relationships at work. So ideally, we teach them these lessons early on so that they don't have to learn it the hard way. A lot of times I see kids and they just don't understand that their behavior impacts other people. And a lot of times as adults, we don't get offended by what kids do because they're kids, and it's fine to not get offended. We shouldn't be getting offended. Or if we are offended, we're going in our room to cry. Sometimes we just let it go, and that's not working. We need to not do that. And the reason is we are their first relationships. They're safe relationships to practice on, to learn to set boundaries and display their emotions. And when they have big feelings, we're the ones they take it out on if we're the ones that feel safe to them. So by reflecting what's going on and helping them navigate that, we can help them navigate future relationships and be more successful. Our function as parents or caregivers is to help them do this and be their safe space. So I encourage discouraging mean behavior, but I'm not talking about yelling at them for it or punishing them for it, because that's not really reflecting what we want. So we have two purposes. One, we're teaching social skills when we're dealing with this mean behavior with our own kids. Two purposes. We're teaching the social skills so that they know not to act like this with their friends, or they know better ways to talk to their friends about being angry with them or not being happy about what game they're playing or whatever. And the second thing is we're teaching boundary setting. So as an adult, we're saying, I'm not okay with you treating me like this. I'm okay with you having feelings. I'm okay with you being mad, but I'm not okay with you yelling at me or telling me you hate me. And that teaches them to set those boundaries with other people in their life. Because chances are, even if you're okay with them yelling at you, you're probably not going to be okay with them learning that behavior and allowing it from other people. You don't want to see their friends treating them like that. You don't want to see their partners treating them like that. So we need to make sure to show them and reflect how to set boundaries with people when they're not being kind to us. The first thing to know is you can't catch feelings about this. You can't get upset about what a 6-year-old or a 15-year-old is saying to you. This is what they do. They have big emotions. They've got a lot going on in their heads. They are needing help navigating this. And they don't know how to. It's fine. It's normal. Totally normal. You're their safe space, or hopefully you are, so they might feel comfortable being complete buttheads about it. I hate you. You're the worst. My life is the worst. Totally normal. It doesn't matter how awesome a parent you are. They're probably going to do that. If they don't do that, I'd actually be a little more worried, because sometimes that means that they don't feel safe in that environment, and maybe that's coming out in other places instead. So it's not personal. We've got to remember that and try to step back from it a little and not get upset. The second thing is you want to reflect what's happening. Just to give you an example, like someone's coming at me, they're angry. Usually I hate yous really are anger, disappointment, frustration. So I might be saying, you sound really angry right now. I know you didn't want to wake up for school. Or I know you don't want to go to school today. I know it's really hard. It's a long day. I know it's really hard, but I know you can do hard things. I know you're really good at this. And it's okay to be angry about it, but it's not okay to say you hate me. That makes me really sad when you say that. It doesn't matter if it doesn't really make us sad, but the reality is that it does tend to make people sad when you say, I hate you. And we want to make sure they understand that there is another human on the other side. We are humans. Just because we're parents doesn't mean we're not humans. And we want them to understand that other humans have feelings. And again, it doesn't matter if that's not really how you're feeling, but chances are at some point, if they tell you they hate you, you're going to have feelings about it. At some point, it's going to make you sad. So let's just start from the beginning. We're not catching feelings at the beginning. Let's start and just say, that makes me really sad when you say that. It's okay to be angry, and we can talk about it. You're just reflecting back what they should be saying. I hate you. You are really angry right now. You really don't want to go to school. I understand. Sometimes I hated going to school when I was a kid too. It's really hard to get up some mornings, isn't it? So we're just reflecting that. But it makes mommy really sad when you say, you hate me. And I need you to not say that. That's really not a nice thing to say. So we're setting some boundaries about it, and we're showing them and giving them other ways to express it. We might say, hey, do you want to go outside and hit the boxing mat? Would you like to hit a pillow? What do you need to do to feel better? So we're going to help them problem solve if they're in the right space for that. They might not be. They might need to like really vent a little bit first. Sometimes I'll use humor. So I'll mix in humor if it makes sense, depending on the situation. Again, you don't want to be laughing at them. You want to see if you can mix in some humor to jog them out of that moment. My son has really big feelings. He gets really angry in the morning when he wakes up, and I'll be like, oh, I hear a dinosaur. Oh my goodness, the T-Rex is awake. And I might be like, oh, and I might do some like little dinosaur hands and be silly. And if he's laughing, I spin things around and I'll be like extra silly, and we'll work through that. If he starts to clearly get more upset, I don't want him to feel like I'm laughing at him. I'm really just helping him navigate those emotions. Again, we're not laughing at each other. We want to be kind. We want to reflect. We want to be the kindness that they need and that we want to see in them. You're not going to get it right 100% of the time. So this is our opportunity as parents to practice. And the earlier we start, the easier it gets, because it gets harder the older they get. The older they get, when they start saying, I hate you, feels a little harder than when they're 5 and they say they hate you. It just hits a little different. And we do really need to step back and just not take it personal, because it is just, we should be their safe space to start practicing some of these social skills. But again, it's okay to set boundaries around it. It's okay to say that's not okay. And I will run in, if I hear them saying that to someone else, I will be like, nope, not today. And I'm pretty stern about it. I'm like, nope, we're not doing that. Same thing for hitting. We're not allowed to hit other people. We have automatic consequences for hitting. And my explanation is, hitting's not okay. If you were older, you'd get an assault charge. We can do other things to make our feelings better, but this is what it is. You can't do that. That's an automatic -15 to video games. If we're having a lot of this behavior, I just cut out video games altogether. I'm like, I frequently talk about, if we are reflecting what we're seeing in the media, whether it be TV or video games or anything, we're going to stop doing those things for a while. Same thing for me. I get very upset when I watch a lot of scary movies or sad movies. I tend to reflect that. I tend to maybe feel a little depressed after, or a little scared, and I don't need that. So I don't watch them. It's just a normal thing. Or I wait until I'm in the right mood to watch them, that sort of thing. So yeah, this is what we're doing. It's really important to discourage this behavior and set boundaries around it and teach them how to navigate those emotions, so that not only do they learn those social skills, so they're not telling their friends, I hate you, and then losing all their friends, or hitting their friends at school and getting in trouble. But also, so when their friend says, I hate you, or their boyfriend is, I hate you, bitch, they're like, that's not okay. You need to stop. And they can set boundaries around that, and they can say, we're done, if they don't want to deal with that behavior anymore, or they can give the person a chance and see if they can actually respond to the boundary setting. But we do not want to tolerate behavior we don't want them to tolerate from future friends and significant others. We teach them, and it's a teaching opportunity. It's not a disciplinarian opportunity. It's not quite the same thing. Now, there is discipline sometimes, but I'm treating it like a teaching moment. So have a great day. Take care. Bye. Learn more about executive functioning on happyhoneysuckle.org/blog.